and there can also be some changes in 10 Mbps standard Ethernet, and these changes actually opened the road to the evolution of Ethernet to become compatible with other high data rate LANs. So they are bridged Ethernet, switched Ethernet, and full duplex Ethernet. And when you see about the sharing of bandwidth, so we can if you see, two stations have lot of frames to send, and they probably alternate in usage. So when one station is sending, the other one refrains from sending. So if we see like that, each station on an average sends only at the rate of 5 Mbps, and this is the situation which remains while we share bandwidth in Ethernet. So in order to avoid this, to overcome this problem, we can go for bridged Ethernet. So let us discuss on that one. So the first step in the Ethernet evolution was division of LAN by bridges. So you can see a LAN with no bridge, and the bridges have two effects on Ethernet LAN. They raise the bandwidth and they separate collision domains. Let us discuss here. So uh, in this LAN we have a bridge connected here, and when there are totally 12 workstations, that is divided into two networks, each with 6 stations, and now each station has a capacity of, each network has a capacity of 10 Mbps, and the 10 Mbps capacity in each segment is now shared between only 6 stations, and actually 7, because the bridge access one station in the segment. So uh, 10 by 7, so each station theoretically is offered 10 by 7 Mbps instead of 10 by 12 Mbps in this case. So it is obvious that if we further divide the network, we gain more bandwidth for each segment. For example, if we use 4-port bridge, and each station is now offered 10 by 4 Mbps, which is 3 times more than the unbridged network. So this is how introduction of bridge increases the bandwidth, whereas it also helps in collision domain. So another advantage of bridge is the separation of collision domain. So the collision domain for an unbridged and the bridged network is shown here. So without bridge, the collision domain becomes much smaller, and the probability of collision is reduced tremendously in case of bridges being introduced. And without bridging, 12 stations contend for access to the medium. With bridging, only 3 stations are contending for access to the medium. So collision domain is also decreased. And the next change is switched Ethernet. So instead of having 2 to 4 networks, why not we have n networks? So that was the idea with which the switched Ethernet was introduced. So in other words, if we have a multi-port bridge, why not we have an n-port switch? So in this way, the bandwidth is shared only between the station and the switch, so 5 Mbps each. So in addition, the collision domain is divided into n domains. So a layer 2 switch is a n-port bridge with additional sophistication that allows faster handling of the packets. Evolution from bridged Ethernet to switched Ethernet was a big step that opened the way to an even faster Ethernet, and even much more than that, we have gone to full duplex Ethernet. So one of the limitations of 10 base 5 and 10 base 2 is that communication is half duplex. A station can either send or receive but may not do both at the same time. And the next step in the evolution was to move from switched Ethernet to full duplex switched Ethernet, where full duplex mode increases the capacity of each domain from 10 to 20 Mbps. So the switched Ethernet is shown here, and instead of using one link between the station and the switch, the configuration uses two links, one to transmit and one to receive. So here there is no need for CSMA CD method, because here each station is connected with the switch via two separate links. Independently they can receive and send without worrying about the collision. Each link is a point-to-point dedicated path between the station and the switch. So there is no longer a need for carrier sensing, there is no longer need for collision detection. The job of the MAC layer becomes much easier. So the carrier sensing and collision detection functionalities of MAC layer and sublayer can be turned off. So this is how we have the various variations in Ethernet. And in case of full duplex switched Ethernet, the flow and error control is being provided by a new sublayer called MAC control, and is added between LLC sublayer and MAC sublayer. Thank you. We will see about the remaining topics in the next class.